Okay, everyone, I'm getting some questions on question 3 on the assignment, which is this question here, 917 from chapter 9. I obviously can't give you the exact answer, but actually all your numbers are different anyway, but I'm going to walk you through it without showing you an answer. So on April 3rd, 2020, David's Chocolate purchased a machine for $71,200. It was assumed that the machine would have a 5-year life and a $15,200 trade-in value. Then early in January 2023, it was determined that the machine would have a 7-year useful life and a trade-in value of $8,000. David's Chocolates use a straight line method to the nearest month for calculating depreciation. So we have to record depreciation at the end of 2023. So when you look at these depreciation questions when there's a change, basically you have to start from the beginning and say, okay, so when they purchased the machine in April of 2020, they thought it was going to have a 5-year useful life and a $15,200 trade-in value. So they would have recorded depreciation in 2020, 2021, and 2022 based on those amounts. Then in 2023, their estimates changed. So the first step then, obviously, like I just said, is what was the original depreciation? And depreciation would have been the cost less the residual value. So in the book, it would have been the cost, $71,200, less the residual value, $15,200, divided by the useful life of 5 years. That would give us $11,200 for depreciation. In the first year, because they do it to the nearest month, in the first year it was purchased April 3rd. So because it was for more than half the month, it would have been taken for April through December, so that's 9 months. So in 2020, you would take the full year depreciation, multiply it by 9 over 12, because it's 9 out of 12 months, and that would give you $8,400. 2021 would have been the full $11,200, and 2022 would have been the full $11,200. So then you add that up to get how much depreciation was taken up till the beginning of 2023, and that would have been $30,800. Now, at the beginning of 2023, now we calculate what the depreciation amount is going to be going forward based on our new numbers. So just like you would with calculating depreciation, it's cost less residual value. So cost, but this time we take the cost, $71,200, less residual value. That's the new residual value of $8,000. But you go one step further because so much of this amount has already been depreciated. So we also subtract that. And we had worked out just a second ago that first step was calculating how much depreciation was taken to date, and that would have been $30,800. So it's the cost less the new residual value less the depreciation that's already been taken. That'll tell us how much is left to depreciate, and then you divide that by the remaining useful life. So the useful life, they say now, is 7 years, but how much of that, like how long have we already had the machine? We had it for 9 months in 2020, and then 1 year, 2021, another year for 2022. So we had it for 2 years and 9 out of 12 months. So to make it easier for subtraction purposes, 9 over 12 is the same as 0.75. So we had it for 2.75 years. So the total useful life is 7 years. We subtract how much it's already been used, 2.75 years, which gives us a remaining useful life of 4.25 years. So it's the new amount that's left to be depreciated divided by the remaining useful life. So that's essentially what you got to do no matter what scenario you're in. Calculate the original depreciation amount based on the original, estimates of trade-in and useful life. Use the original useful life to calculate how much the depreciation would have been in the beginning. Then you have to calculate how much depreciation has been taken up to the point where the change happens. And then you calculate the new depreciation amount, taking into account the same things that you would take into account normally, the residual value, but also taking into account that so much of the useful life has already passed and so much depreciation has already been taken. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. If you have any other questions, again, post them on the discussion board. I'm not on here on the weekends, but I am every day throughout the week. So I will do my best to answer those questions for you.